Here's why you play Freya, the Valkyrie, as a jungler. First off, she has outstanding burst and sustained damage, allowing her to shred enemies quickly while still being a threat in extended fights. She also has great shields and durability which make her hard to kill, especially when engaging in team fights. On top of that, Freya boasts strong crowd control, letting her disrupt enemy formations and set up kills. However, she has limited range capabilities, forcing her to get close to deal damage. She is also vulnerable to kite, as ranged and highly mobile heroes can keep her at bay. Lastly, she is reliant on skill combos, meaning mistiming her abilities can severely reduce her damage output. Freya's passive, Power of grants her massive attack speed for her next 2 basic attacks after casting a skill, stacking up to 6 times. Each basic attack also grants a stack of Sacred Orb which can be used to chain her second skill multiple times. However, her basic attacks deal reduced damage to creeps, so her jungle speed relies heavily on her skills effectively. Freya's first skill, Leap of Faith, makes her jump to a target location, dealing physical damage and pulling enemies toward her. This is a main initiation tool, allowing her to engage fights, catch fleeing enemies, or reposition herself during combat. Freya's second skill, Spirit Combo, stretches her sword in a direction, granting her a shield and damaging enemies while slowing them. She can cast this skill up to 3 times within a short window by consuming Sacred Orbs. On the third cast, she leaps up and smashes the ground, dealing high damage and knocking enemies airborne. This skill can be recasted again if she has more Sacred Orbs. This skill is also a main source of damage and also gives her mobility and crowd control. Freya's ultimate, Valkyrie Descent, immediately grants her 6 stacks of Sacred Orb and puts her in Valkyrie state, giving her large shield and extra physical attack. In this state, her basic attacks become ranged and deal flash damage, letting her hit multiple enemies at once. This skill is crucial for both team fights and duels as it enhances her damage and survivability. A typical 3 combo for Freya is to start with the ultimate to enter Valkyrie state, then initiate with the first skill to pull enemies in, follow up with the second skill repeatedly, ending with impart basic attacks for maximum damage. Moving on to builds, I usually build Tough Boots, Guy Piercer, Blade of Despair, Endless Battle, Malefic Roar, and finally War Axe. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, Retribution is essential for faster jungle clear and securing objectives. Freya is strong against low mobility tanks like Uranus and Glue, as she can outlast them in extended fights. However, she is countered by high mobility fighters like Guinevere and Martyrs who can quickly disengage, making it hard for her to stick to them. Freya works well with tanks that have strong crowd control such as Bellaric and Gato Kacha, who can set up opportunities for her to deal damage safely. You should unlock the second skill at level 1 for better jungle clearing, then prioritize upgrading the second skill, followed by the first skill, and most importantly upgrade the ultimate whenever available. When playing Freya as a jungler, your main strength lies in timing your engages and keeping your Sacred Orbs ready for combos. Always try to start fights with full Sacred Orb stacks or by activating your ultimate to maximize burst potential. Use the first skill to pull enemies toward you, making it harder for them to escape your second skill chain. The shield from your second skill can absorb a good amount of damage, so use it proactively when diving into fights. Since you're vulnerable to kiting, approach team fights from the side or through bushes to surprise ranged enemies. Also keep track of your ultimate cooldown. Without it, your damage and durability drop significantly. When securing objectives like Turtle or Lord, combine Retribution with the last hit of your ultimate enhanced attacks for better steal potential.